When you think about a bird, you don't usually have any negative associations. It's vice versa. They wake us up in the morning with their singing and inspire many poets and artists. For many people, birds are associated with freedom and a dream, and the dove is generally a symbol of peace. However, not all birds are peaceful. When you meet some species, it's better to get out of that place as soon as possible. Even though most birds of prey are cruel hunters, they do not pose any threat to humans. However, there are birds which you need to avoid at any cost. Today, we're going to talk about the most dangerous birds. Many people consider swans a symbol of love and fidelity. In fact, they're one of the most quarrelsome birds, and it's better not to approach the hissing swan at all. The mute swan is one of the largest waterfowl in Europe. The bird sets its own rules on the water, so the poor duck has to escape. But even on land, it tries to show everyone who is in charge here. This time, it couldn't just walk past the dog. Swans are always ready to protect not only their family, but their territory, so it's better to not try to enter their lands. Dogs should not even try to swim in the pond if there are swans swimming there. Swan fights can be quite brutal, so such an innocent appearance can be very deceptive. In reality, the mute swan looks more like a monster from a horror movie than a swan princess. The southern giant petrel is an aggressive predator that feeds on both carrion and live prey. These birds can weigh more than 5 kilograms and their wingspan reaches almost 2 meters. They are found only in the southern hemisphere. The southern giant petrel hunts other seabirds. They can hunt small penguins and even adult ones if they are injured. A little penguin was the prey of these southern giant petrels. Ultimately, the penguin is helplessly watching what is happening, but cannot save its baby. In the video, the southern giant petrel is cracking down on bigger prey. Sometimes these petrels come into the battle with each other, and it's quite a cruel fight. The cassowary looks more extravagant than menacing, but you don't need to underestimate it. 150 cases of these birds attacking people have been officially recorded. Furthermore, 2 people were killed by the cassowary. Cassowaries are practically not inferior to emu ostriches in weight and running speed. The claws of cassowaries are as sharp as daggers and grow up to 10 centimeters in length, while the bird is able to jump up to a height of a meter and attack you. Therefore, you can only protect yourself by covering yourself with a shield, although usually people use everything that comes to hand for protection. Looking at this peaceful family, it's hard to believe that these birds can be so aggressive. However, appearance is deceptive. Cassowaries live on the island of New Guinea in the north of Australia. The name of the bird in translation of the local dialect means horned head. As you can see, there's a powerful horn protrusion on the cassowary's head. Nature deprived ostriches of the opportunity to fly, but rewarded them with fast and strong legs. These are the fastest birds on the planet. They are able to accelerate to a speed of 70 kilometers per hour. In addition, they are the largest birds. The height of an ostrich can reach 2 meters. Ostriches sometimes attack people, and if this happens, the victim has a real risk of being trampled. When sensing danger, the ostrich won't always hide its head in the sand. This bird is quite capable of scaring off some predators and driving them away. The Australian magpie is a rare bird species that live in Australia. Because of their resemblance to European magpies, they are often called Australian magpies. But these birds are much more aggressive than their European colleagues. In addition, they can whistle. We know that regular magpies love to steal everything that glitters. Australian magpies will often attack people. They become especially aggressive during the mating season. It's enough to be close to their nest for the Australian magpie to attack. However, the Australian magpie is not as dangerous as other birds to human beings. They attack birds that are smaller than them in size. Australian magpies are very bloodthirsty birds. Looking at this small and harmless-looking bird, it is difficult to understand why its name means butcher or executioner in Latin. They are no bigger than a sparrow, but they are able to hold and carry small animals in their paws. They can easily grab a mouse. I'm sure that you've already guessed that shrikes are predatory and very bloodthirsty birds. Vultures live far away from people. However, if one day you meet these birds, it is better to stay away from them. They are quite large and strong, they have sharp claws and powerful beaks, so they are capable of causing serious injuries. The good news is that they are unlikely to attack you because they feed on carrion. However, if you decide to take a nap in the habitats of vultures, you may be eaten as their food. Vultures hover above the ground looking for something to eat. The type and appearance of animals do not bother them at all. They are ready to eat any carrion. Sometimes vultures can kill a sick or wounded animal in order to start eating it. The snowy owl looks like a fairy tale character, but in real life, it is a very cruel and insidious predator. These are nomadic birds. In other words, they travel long distances in search of food. Their razor-sharp claws leave no chance for the victim to escape. This species of owls is one of the largest. These birds live in North America. The hawk is one of the most skilled hunters among birds. They benefit from keen eyesight, maneuverability, and the ability to calculate the flight path, thus not leaving the victim a chance. In this video, you can see how a hawk grabs a huge lizard. And here, a hawk grabs a huge rabbit. And now, it's a poor pigeon. Even such large birds as gulls can become a victim of a hawk. A bald eagle is a symbol of the United States of America. Its impressive size and incredible grace made it a sign of strength, freedom, and wisdom. It also belongs to the hawk family. Just look at those huge claws. By using them, the eagle grabs and holds its prey. Even the fish won't escape. The red-tailed hawk is one of the most dangerous of the whole family. Even though they don't eat humans, it's still better to stay away from them. In addition to the fact that their sharp claws can leave deep wounds, these birds are also carriers of a number of dangerous diseases. In this video, we can see a red-tailed hawk grabbing a bat right on the fly. What brilliant work! All members of the hawk family aggressively defend their territory so they can attack a person passing by its nest. The American herring gull grows up to 60 centimeters in length and its wingspan reaches 1.5 meters. Few people know that American herring gulls are bloodthirsty predators. In this video, you can see how a seagull swallowed a whole rat. And these seagulls have a fight with each other. The crowned eagle lives in south central and eastern parts of Africa. It is one of the largest birds of prey on the planet. Most often, large monkeys become their victims. There was a case when a crowned eagle attacked a 7-year-old boy, so it's definitely better to stay away from this bird. The spur-winged goose never attacks anyone and doesn't pose any threat, but only until someone tries to eat them. These birds feed on poisonous beetles, so their meat is toxic to both humans and animals. The bearded vulture is also a bird from the hawk family. This bird is also known as the lammergeier and ossifrage because they are believed to overcome a sheep. In fact, even if a bearded vulture is really capable of this, it won't really do this because it prefers only dead flesh. However, this is a big and strong bird that can easily scare you. It is clear that after seeing this bearded vulture, one wants to run away as soon as possible. The northern gannet is one of the most energetic birds. They are ready to attack anything that moves. They are particularly promiscuous in food. There have been no cases of attacks on people, but it's better to stay away from them. How can you know that you won't look tasty for them? The Marabou Stork is both feared and revered. On one hand, it is considered an unclean bird because it can often be caught eating garbage. At the same time, the Marabou Stork is doing something truly noble by eating garbage. However, many people believe that these birds sometimes appear at funeral ceremonies and try to peck the bodies of the deceased. Penguins seem to be the cutest creatures, but crested penguins are more like the fiends of hell. They are the most aggressive of all penguins and are constantly arguing with each other. They fight among themselves for everything. For territory, for the right to mate, they often behave aggressively even toward other penguins. The peregrine falcon is a bird of prey of the falcon family. If you see it, you need to run as fast as you can. However, you won't escape since the peregrine falcon is the fastest bird on the planet. The peregrine falcon reaches the speed of 300 kilometers per hour. It turns out that the pelican mouth is not just for fish. These birds will enjoy eating both rodents and other birds. However, each of them has to fit in there.